Welcome back. Now here in JavaScript we have another data structure that is maps. Here maps are more useful than sets. So now here what exactly the map means, it's certainly not the same thing that we use in the real life to find our ways around. Now, instead in JavaScript, a map is a data structure that we can use to map values to keys. So, just like an app object, data is stored in key value pairs in maps. So, now the big difference between objects and maps is that in maps, the keys can have any type and this can be huge. So in objects, the keys are basically always strings. But in maps, we can have any type of key. It could even be objects or arrays or other maps that can lead to some really great and advanced stuff. So now let's create a restaurant map. Write const restaurant that is equal. Use new map and now create. Let's pass the constructor and but this one is called map. The easiest way of creating map is to actually create an empty map. That means without passing anything like this. And then if we want to fill up the map, we can use the set method. The third, let's write here dot set and then give the first keyframe that is a name and then our restaurant name that is a Classico Italiano. Here you see that it is similar to the add method that we have in sets. So both allows us to add a new element to the data structure. And also remember that we can use any data type that we want. Example, let's say that our restaurant has two locations. Let's further write restaurant dot set, then give the key with a number 1. Then next write Italy. And then let's write the second one. Restaurant dot set giving number 2. Then this one is Portugal. Now here let's write console.log. Now let's see the result reload. Here you see that we have a map of 3 and then here we have this first entry that is this restaurant name and then the first one what we have given and then the third one. Here actually the set method returns the updated map that allows us to change the set method like this. Then next I'm writing restaurant dot set. I'm giving the categories. Give the categories that what we have in the restaurant. This paste here and then dot set. Here I'm giving and then dot set close. So here we are again calling the set method that returns the updated map. So all of this is now the updated map. We can call set again on that map. We can use here even boolean as a key, right? Set giving boolean value. So here this is true means we are open. And then now let's write for false also. Set false closed. So here, in order to use the data from the map, we use the get method. So that get method is available on all the maps. So let's write here, write rest dot get give name rest dot get give proof. Let's log these two into console.log. Here also. Let's reload. Here we see that the true key here then mapped, that is what we have given, we are opened, so that is displayed here. And the name is mapped to this Classico Italiano, what here given the restaurant name that is displayed. And when we get the elements, the data type of the key matters. If we try it to the string, then that would be the undefined. Let's make it a string. So let's see what happens. Here you see that it is displayed as undefined. So now let's try for one console.log rest dot get give the string as one. We get that undefined. Let's see. So now let's make it as a number and then see the result. Now it is mapped to this what we have given here. Now let's make something with this open and close hours. For that, write const time equal 21. We are giving the current time, and we could also something really do like this rest dot get, and then we need to pass the time that are open and close. So for that, write time is greater than rest dot get of open. Time is less than rest dot get, then close. And then here true or false will map to one of these values. So let's log this into console.log. Actually here at 21 we are open. It is between these two times. Now let's see the result. See here we have that we are open. Now if I am changing this time to 8, now we have that we have we are closed. So let's reload. So here it displayed we are closed. So let's now keep exploring the methods that are available on maps. Here we already have methods to set and to get. Now we can also check if a map contains a certain key. So let's write console.log, and then here using the hash method, result of the hash should be true. Dot hash categories. Now then we can also delete elements from the map. So that is based on the key that write rest dot delete, and then I am giving here the number 2. Then again write console.log. Now here the objects that also have a method which is called has one property. We are going to talk about in object oriented programming section. So next maps also have the size property. So the rest dot size. Let's write that console.log rest dot size, and then next we have to clear for that rest dot clear of anything we need to give here. So here there is some overlap with the maps and sets, and that is because they were both introduced in year 6. Now let me show you that we can use arrays or objects as map keys. Let's write here rest dot set and then giving array 1 comma 2, and then I will set it to test. Now let's place this here. Place this in comments. Now let's see the result reload. Here we see that the array is inserted here, that is test. And also see here this is now the key of values 1 and 2. Now to get the data based on that array, let's write here rest dot get and comma 2. Let's log this into console. Now let's see the result. Here you see that it is displayed undefined because the reason is here in this place and here we have used the same elements, that is the same array. They are not the same object in the heap. And the key here is exactly the object. This object is in memory and not this one. So it will not work here. If we want to do this work as well, so for that let's write const, let's create an array, const array equal 1 comma 2. And then now let's use this array here. and then here also. Now it will work. Let's see the result. See here, it is displayed as a test. This one. And now here, these two refer to the same place in memory. And that we can indeed use objects as map keys. So for that, let's write here test.set, and then now as the key we use document dot query selector, and then just use a h1 that is an element, and the result of this will be an object. So let's write here heading. Then now let's see the result. Reload. Let's see here. Here it is displayed h1 as a heading. So that is exactly the key of this map entry. And also now you can see that it is visible, it is working in our web page also. See here in the page, it is working there. So this is all about the working of maps and the use of maps. We will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.